Tell me the wildest way you have ever been fat shamed.
A few years ago, I went to lunch with a friend of mine. We'll call her Stephanie. Now, Stephanie is petite and I am not. And when the waiter walked up to give us our menus, he saw me and stopped and looked me up and down and got a little like shit-eating grin on his face. So he handed me my menu and he said, "Now let me know if you have any questions about the food. I wouldn't want to leave you hungry for too long." And then he walked away and Stephanie and I were looking at each other like, what did he just say? But he had a really strong accent, so we were like, maybe it was lost in translation, whatever. I'll just forget about it. No harm, no foul. So he comes back to take our order and stops us in the middle of ordering and turns to Stephanie and says, "I would recommend you order extra because she's going to eat at least half your meal." And he's like laughing and joking. And then he turns to me and says, "And you maybe should just order a whole second meal so that you leave hers alone." And we were looking at each other like, I can't believe this guy is doing this right now. So he walks away and Stephanie says to me, like, "Do you want me to go talk to the manager? Because it's obvious what he's doing at this point and it's not okay." And I was like, in a point in my life where I didn't like confrontation, not the same person anymore. But I was like, nope, this is already humiliating. I don't want to make it any worse than it already is. Let's just get through the meal and leave. So we were enjoying our meal and chatting, but he kept coming back to check on us. And he would say things like, "Hurry up, eat your food before she gets to it," and then like lean over to the table next to us and tell them to guard their French fries from me. So finally we're done eating. He comes back to collect the plates, asks Stephanie if she had enough to eat, and then asks me what I'd like for dessert. And I was like, "I don't want any dessert, I'm full." And he said, "Oh, please, you've wanted to eat everything in this restaurant since you walked in, and I think you better have dessert so you don't eat your friend on your way home." Yeah. And Stephanie said, like, "Whoa, that is enough." And I cut her off and I said, "You know what? Can we just have the check, please?" And we paid the bill and we did not leave a tip. And we were scheduled to meet a friend for shopping outside the restaurant after. So Stephanie told me, "You know what? Go ahead and meet her. I got to use the bathroom real quick." Now, I'm pretty sure Stephanie did not use the bathroom because she was a good friend. She went and told this guy off. But in the meantime, I went to meet our friend and I walked up to her and I said, "You're never going to believe what just happened at this restaurant." And I told her the whole story about the guy. And I was still very upset. And she looked at me like, and she said, "Oh, hon, I'm sure you're just taking it the wrong way. I'm sure that's not what he meant. You're probably just taking it a little personally because I know things like that really get to you, but nobody means that." And I was like, "He told me I was going to eat Stephanie." And she was like, "I'm sure that's not what he meant." So Stephanie comes along and says, "Did Gloria tell you about the guy who was fat shaming her in the restaurant? I've never seen anything like it. It was horrible." And our friend says, "Oh my God, I can't believe that. I can't believe somebody would do that."